Did you hear that Chris only got his job because he was sleeping with the boss? Oh my God, I cannot believe that. Did you know that Cheryl is only getting paid that much money because she decided that she was going to claim everything for herself? Ever caught yourself gossiping? That's what today's daily reflection is all about. Keeping my checklist, not yours, for October 15th, 2020. Let's wake up, folks. Here we go. All right, it's that time again for you to wake up and get a little food for thought. Here it is. Gossip, barbed with our anger, a polite form of murder by character assassination, has its satisfactions for us too. Here, we are not trying to help those we criticize. We are trying to proclaim our own righteousness. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 67. Sometimes I don't realize that I gossiped about someone until the end of the day when I take an inventory of the day's activities, and then my gossiping appears like a blemish in my beautiful day. How could I have said something like that? Gossip shows its ugly head during a coffee break or lunch with business associates. Or I may gossip during the evening when I am tired from the day's activities and feel justified in bolstering my ego at the expense of someone else. Character defects like gossip sneak into my life when I am not making a constant effort to work the 12 steps of recovery. I need to remind myself that my uniqueness is a blessing of my being, and that applies equally to everyone who crosses my path in life's journey. Today, the only inventory I need to take is my own. I'll leave judgment of others to the final judge, divine providence. Well, I catch myself gossiping every once in a while, and it's not something that I'm really into because I figure it's kind of a waste of time. However, we all do it. We're all guilty. And if you've ever heard the expression, if you're pointing one finger, four are pointing back at you, that's because there's a little bit of merit to that. If you're not in Alcoholics Anonymous and you're not an AAer, the daily reflections can apply in your life in the same manner, and you don't necessarily have to be working the 12 steps of recovery in order for this to be helpful for you. To judge somebody else is kind of like saying you're perfect, when we know for a fact that we're not. And we know that, I know for a fact that I'm definitely not perfect, and I definitely don't do everything correct. But once in a while, I do find myself saying something about someone else that actually may or may not be true. It's just a fact of, did I hear it from someone else? Did I think about it and make it real? You know, what is it? So, is it a waste of time to gossip? It absolutely is, because really, all you're doing is looking at your own character and deciding that it's not good enough. You know, all I would be doing is looking at my own character and deciding it's not good enough. And to make me feel better about my insecurities and my lacking, I look at somebody else and I say, that's why I'm better. You know, and that's how I see gossip. You can leave your comments below, because I'm sure that a lot of you, even if you're holding it in, can relate to this. You know, it's real easy to talk crap about somebody. Real easy. They got promoted because of this. She's where she's at because of this. He did this just to make, himself look good. When in fact, if you just worry about what I call your own donut, you can control everything else inside of that. Leave everything else outside of it for someone else to deal with, because really, it's nobody else's business what someone else does. What's inside of your donut hole is all that you can control. And really, everything else outside of it is, that other person's or other people. So think about the last time that you gossiped about somebody or you talked crap about somebody. Were you really just reflecting on yourself about what you're lacking? You know, oh, they get paid this because of this. Okay. Are you mad about what you get paid? Perhaps. Because that's really what it boils down to. You know, let God or whomever you deem to, you know, be the final judgment, be that. You are not in a place to judge anyone else. Really, the only thing you can do is look at yourself. And for me, that's all I can do. I can only look at what I'm doing or what I'm not doing. And really, why should I care about what other folks are doing? It's really a waste of my time and effort and energy to talk shit about somebody when all I got to do is take care of my side of the street. Sound familiar? It should. If you've been following along through the daily reflections or just my journey in general, or you're in recovery, or you are trying to be in recovery, let me rephrase that, or you are trying to, you know, find sobriety, chances are you've looked inward and chances are that you've examined this little subject alone. You know, this is actually a really good one, and I'm certain a lot of folks can relate to that. Sometimes I don't realize that I talk crap about somebody until the end of the day. And then perhaps it's time to say, holy crap, I did say that. And, you know, perhaps you could make an amends, maybe, if it's deemed, or you just let it go and just realize that you talk crap about somebody and maybe you should ask for forgiveness for that, or just admit your fault, that you were wrong for talking it. You know, that you were wrong for getting into somebody else's business where it didn't belong, or you spoke falsely about somebody when you didn't need to. That's really what it boils down to, people. That's a little food for thought for your day. Take that with you as you go along. There's a lot more that can go into this, but as you know, folks, I got to get ready for work. And guess what? I'll see you in the next one. Oh, don't stop yet. I am going to leave a link below for Al-Anon, and that is for folks who either deal with someone who is an alcoholic or addict in their lives, or just want some help in general dealing with, you know, an alcoholic or an addict who is exterior to them. And it's very tough to watch, very tough disease. I've seen a lot of traffic on Reddit lately about, you know, people watching other folks suffer and not bystanding, but watching people go through it. And it's very taxing on other folks who are actually not in the active disease, but they suffer the same way, if not worse. So I'm gonna drop that link below, and I'm also gonna shoot another video about, you know, the bystanders and the collateral damage that alcohol and addiction cause. So you guys have a good day. I'm Wayne, I'm an alcoholic. One sober to another. I'll see you in the next one.